Did you know that 11.3% of our world population is suffering from hunger? That's roughly 805 million of people. In Africa, 1 in every 9 people go to bed hungry, and 20 million people are at risk of famine. What does it take to help these people? In our world of modern technology, it's sure that we can benefit from the improvement of our technology, especially in science and in agriculture.
The cause of famine and world hunger is the inequity of food, and how most of the countries do not have enough food and time to grow crops.
So what can we do? Biotechnology might just be the answer. Let's take a closer look at our methods, which include genetically modified crops and conventional plant breeding. Biotechnology, in short, is the use of biological systems and living organisms to create different products. They modify these organisms and make them better. For example, to make pest-resistant plants. When talking about world hunger, we want them to learn and use genetically modified crops as well as conventional plant breeding. An example of genetically modified crops that have been implemented is the golden rice, which has increases the amount of vitamin A. An example of crops that have gone through a biotechnological process includes corn, canola, and papaya. Let's begin with genetically modified crops. Genetically modified crops, also known as GM crops, are plants of which genetics have been modified through a sort of biotechnological method to make it have specific characteristics. The pros of genetically modified crops include the reduction of pesticides use, an increase in the income of farmers, more productions in smaller areas, and most importantly, the ability to feed larger populations.
Although these advantages are great and extremely useful, this method still has a few disadvantages, such as endangering the trade and the environment and the possibility of risks to human health. Thankfully, we have found a solution to some of these disadvantages, including working with the investors to provide financial and organizational support to biotechnology companies to make their methods and processes better.
If we want to make another methods of biotechnology to help resolve world hunger, we can use conventional plant breeding. This method is very similar to genetically modified crops, only that this method can only happen between related plants and crops. Aside from being very useful, conventional plant breeding has other advantages, including the high yield amount, the crop's high resistance to biotic and antibiotic stresses, and the sizes of crops they produce are almost entirely uniform. We hope that through these methods, we can help the millions of people who are suffering from hunger.